Hi, I'm David Pereira. Welcome to my channel. In today's episode, I want to talk to you about the change of the new Scrum Guide. As a product owner, what should you know about the Scrum Guide 2020? And how are the changes going to impact your daily life? Let's start with the first, the product goal. This is a new ingredient in the Scrum Guide 2020. And what is it about? This is one goal that the whole Scrum team will pursue at a time. And once the goal is achieved, then the Scrum team can pick another goal. But before we jump into what is going to change in your life as a product owner, why do we need a product goal? So in Scrum, probably you have faced problems and you have faced moments you love Scrum and moments you hate Scrum. But why that happened? I believe that some people read the book of Jeff Sutherland, The Art of Doing Twice the Work and Half of the Time, but the result was a big misunderstanding. And what was the outcome? The art of producing double the bugs in half of the time. Why does it happen? Stakeholders understand Scrum as an execution framework. It is all about maximizing the number of delivered features. On the other hand, developers are frustrated. They don't want to deliver features. And they also want to ensure the quality of the software. They are always complaining the technical debt is ever increasing. And even though you do everything, stakeholders are unhappy. Because of the misunderstanding, value is not about maximizing the amount of features live. And I guess if you have fallen into this trap, probably you have never ever removed a feature that was live, because the ultimate goal is to deliver features. Is this the real value? Of course not. The value is the outcome. You want to maximize the value for the end users and the businesses. It's not about delivering features. And how is the product goal going to solve that? With the focus. Let me give you one example. Picture SpaceX. What is the vision of SpaceX? Populate Mars. I guess you can understand that's pretty easy and pretty straightforward. But how are you going to do that? It's very hard to imagine what is the next step. The next step is called the product goal. For example, build a reusable rocket. That is an intermediary step to the product vision. The team focuses solely on achieving this. And how does your day change? Just imagine, stakeholders will come to you and say,
I want this feature for tomorrow and needs to be done. I don't accept any excuse.
And you can just look and ask, how will this feature help us to achieve our product goal? And if the stakeholder starts saying something, well, actually it will not help, but is important, then you can say, it might be important, but not relevant for the moment, because we need to focus on achieving our product goal. Unfortunately, this feature is not going to be part of our product backlog. So pay very close attention here. I'm saying it's not going to be part of the product backlog. So you will not say it will be prioritized later. You will just not care about it, because the product goal will be the gate for the product backlog. If it doesn't help achieve the product goal, it doesn't go to the product backlog. In my opinion, if you as a product owner take the product goal seriously, you are gonna escape from the build trap. It's up to you. The second part I want to talk to you is one product, one team. This is something very common with Scrum. The Scrum team is composed of multiple teams. Is it? I will give you some examples. The product owner goes to a meeting and starts saying something like, well, I need to talk to the development team and I will check if they can do that. So I don't know, I need to talk to them. And the developers may say, well, this is something for the front-end team, or this is something for the back-end team. How many teams do you have in this case? In theory, it's only one. It's a Scrum team. Still, product owners behave as an outsider. Developers behave as part of micro teams inside of the development team. Forget about it. Where's the collaboration? How can we achieve what we are supposed to if we are not collaborating intensively? The team needs to have one goal. This is the definition of team. A group of people working towards a single goal. And in this case, it is the product goal. You may look at me and say, well, what about the sprint goal? The sprint goal is a goal for the 2 weeks. It's still important and relevant. But what about the vision? Maybe it's too far and the product goal is in between. It will help you to do that. And the Scrum Guide removed the development team. Why? To avoid the silo effect. It's one product, one team. The product owner, the Scrum Master, and the developers. It's time to break the silos. It's time to collaborate efficiently and maximize the real value. And the third part, and the last one I want to share with you is how can you scale with Scrum? I have seen many people saying Scrum works pretty well for one team, but once you put more teams, it's not gonna work. There's a reason for that. It depends how you do it. If you do it incorrectly, of course the result will be bad. Let me give you one example to make it clear. Suppose you are working an online shopping and you are the only product owner and you are responsible from the beginning to the end of the experience. But at some point in time, you realize the team needs to grow and the company decides to invest more money. How you scale will ultimately define how successful you can be. If the company decides to go with multiple Scrum teams, scaling the product owner role, that's the beginning of a nightmare. Why? Suppose the first team is a discovery team, responsible for finding the product and so on, and the second team is responsible for the payment. In this case, what could be the problem? Imagine the product owner responsible for the discovery may set a product goal and the other product owner may have another goal. Remember, I said it's one single goal and the team should collaborate. It's not about setting the goals for each team. Multiple product owners will lead to that. And in this case, it can happen. Let's say the goal is to acquire more clients. You need to grow. So the discover team would focus on that. And the payment team may say, we need something for us. We don't have anything to do with this part of the discovery. Even though the goal is to do that, to acquire more customers, they want something else to do just for the sake of doing because they are another Scrum team. That's wrong. If you want watered down results, go for it. But that's not what you want. I guess so. What should you do instead? The Scrum teams will share the same product backlog, the same product goal, and the same product owner. So the product owner is responsible from beginning to the end. And you may look at me and say, but then it's not fully scaling. Well, the teams need to collaborate towards the same goal. And if you have multiple owners for that, it's not gonna work. It's just like this. It's one bus, one driver. So, those are my perceptions that what is important for you as a product owner. The product goal, one product, one team, and how you can scale successfully with Scrum. And what is your perspective from the new Scrum Guide? Just write your comments. If you liked, just thumbs up. And please subscribe to my channel if you want more content like this. Thanks for watching my video and see you next time.